Okay, hello everybody and welcome to the 2012 Badminton Club Championships team events. On the top left hand side of your screen, on the far end of the court, we have Team Indonesia represented by Rudy Hartono and Justin Imbeau. And on the bottom right hand side of the screen, we have Team Watson represented by Andrew Truong and Joe Ma. For those of you who don't know, Rudy is the one who's in the backcourt right now and did a drop shot, followed by a big jump smash into the net, unfortunately. And Justin, evidently, is the one in the white shirt and the blue shoes who is receiving serve right now, who also ended up smashing into the exact same part of the net. So Team Indonesia not off to a very good start right now, but we'll see how this goes because, it's a game to 21 points. And 2 points, even though it matters a little bit, it doesn't really dictate the pace of the game. Anyway, back to Team Watson. Team Watson, we have Joe Ma, the one in the black outfit, I believe, the one in the hat. And Andrew Truong is the one in the red shirt and the blue shorts. That's to the best of my knowledge because I've never seen them play before. I've never met either Joe or Andrew before. So, anyway, going back to this team event, a lot of you aren't very familiar with how this team event format works. So let me try to explain this to you very briefly. It's almost exactly like a individual's events, except instead of playing with or as yourself or with a partner, you play in a team of roughly 14 or 15 people. And to advance into the next round, basically your team needs to win more matches against your opponent's team. And proceed on. And in this particular round, both teams, Team Watson and Team Indonesia, are playing to get into the semifinals of the main draw, which they call the A and B draw. And the loser will be relegated to, I guess, the loser's draw, which they call the C and D draw. But anyway, as we're tied up at 4-all, it looks like these two teams are pretty even to start off with. But from what I've seen, I think Indonesia has the more powerful attack, and they've been able to attack a little bit more frequently than Team Watson. Team Watson has kind of been stuck defending for, I guess, for the duration of this match so far. So we're going to see whether that's going to work out for them or whether, they're going to need to change their tactics a little bit. Because, well, as we all know in doubles, the one who attacks is usually the one who ends up winning. And which is the case right now because Indonesia is up by 2 points, 6-4. And as a recent participant in a team event or in this particular team tournament, I can say for a fact that I like this format a lot better than what I would than I guess the individual version, just because as a team you have your teammates really rooting for you during all your games. And in addition to that, in the case of Team Indonesia and a few of the other teams out there, they've been able to find sponsorship. In the case of Team Indonesia, they've been able to find sponsorship from the Indonesian consulates, which has been supporting the team for the past 3 or 4 years or so. And for anybody who's been playing tournaments or playing in badminton tournaments at around this level, which I would consider a provincial B level, we would know that as an individual player, it's very hard to score any sort of sponsorship from any organization whatsoever. But as a team, it seems like a lot of these teams are able to find sponsors and are able to find organizations that are able to support the team, support the tournament, and support badminton, the badminton community in general. So, that's a really good thing. So thumbs up for Indonesia, for the Indonesian consulate for really being so supportive, and thumbs up to all the other sponsors out there who have been very supportive of their teams and for the badminton community. Anyway, at 11-6 now, Indonesia is up by 5 with a very clear lead. And again, it all comes down to the ability to maintain an attack. So far, Team Watson has been relegated to pretty much defending most of the game, and just like right there, has been unable to return a lot of the smashes that either Rudy and Justin of Team Indonesia have been pretty much dishing out. So we're going to have to see, whether Team Watson is going to be able to change up their tactics, their strategies just a little bit. Maybe force Indonesia to to defend instead of attack, because we can see that Team Watson, whenever they do actually get to smash, get to attack, they are very effective in what they do. And so really, with a 14-8 lead by Team Indonesia right now, we're kind of going, well, something needs to change, and something needs to change quick if we need to turn this first set around. There you go, another very good example of how Team Indonesia has been able to quickly obtain an attack and finish off the rally fairly simply, and nearly doubling the points of Team Watson right now. There you go. Well, one very unlucky, unforced error. They finally did manage to get Team Indonesia to lift, and finally did manage to get the attack, but weren't able to really capitalize on that. And it looks like Team Watson's kind of like trying to figure out what they can do to really come back in this match. They're down 16-8 right now. Rudy with a careless service error, which leads to Joe's serve. Oh. And for those of you who are kind of paying attention to the background right now, we can see a mixed doubles match going on in the far end of the gym, and that's actually part of the Team Indonesia and Team Watson rivalry that's going on right now. In this particular round, there's 3 matches going on. The match we're seeing right in front of us right now, the one in the far end of the gym, and one that's actually going on behind the camera, where they're doing a women's doubles match. And pretty much as a team, the team who ends up winning 2 out of the 3 matches that's going on right now will end up advancing into the next round, into the semifinals. And right now, Team Indonesia looks like they're off to a very good start, leading by 5 now, 17-12. And as I spoke earlier, you see, whenever Team Watson does end up with the attack, they are very efficient, and they are very good at really finishing off the rally. Very similar to the style that Team Indonesia is playing. Wow, that was an amazing anticipation from Rudy right there, seeing the drop shot early, picking it off, and really redirecting it to the other end of the court, sending Team Watson pretty much to nowhere, and unable to cover the cross-court smash. And Justin there with a very careless backhand error. But with a 18-14 lead, it seems like they could be relaxing just a little bit in preparation for the second set. And now a 19-14 lead. There you go, Rudy really taking advantage of that front court and really being able to anticipate Andrew Truong's drop shots. It seems like anytime Andrew ends up dropping, Rudy is able to anticipate it very quickly and attack it before the bird drops under the nets. And that last shot by Rudy is kind of like a singles tactic right there. For those of you who don't know, Rudy does play singles as well, and he's actually very proficient in singles, trying to pick off the back corner of the court. And he was off by a couple inches. But anyway, a little bit of an error by Joe Ma there to end the first set. Indonesia up 21-15 for the first set, looking like they're fairly comfortable in this game and in this match so far. We're gonna have to see whether Team Watson can do anything about this role that's Team Indonesia is having right now, because their attacks are pretty much dominating the first game. And so we're really gonna have to, oh, there you go, flashing a peace sign, Rudy right there, and hello from Justin. Well, it looks like they're fairly relaxed. As we get into the second set, let me switch it over then.